Chevy dealership. This is Franklin Chevy over here in Statesboro, Georgia. Great place. But what we want to talk about today, other than the fact that you notice we got a red one here, look at that. In a world of the world today, which is black and white and gray, is the whole world is black, white, and gray trucks. Black, white, and gray trucks. It is nice to see a red one and this one here. Look at this thing pop. Look at that. God, it's just nice to see a little color on a lot once again. It is just, I just don't understand what the world is today with all of this color choices in the truck world. It makes zero sense. And then here's this beauty just screaming at you. Love it. Now, what if you missed what we're going to talk about today? What if you missed the train on the deals? Okay, here we are. It is literally December 30th as I'm recording this, 29th or 30th. And, you know, we typically this is like the best week to buy a new truck and get this done. And what if you can't? What if you didn't? What if you miss this window? New Year's Eve comes, the ball drops, and now you're ready to buy a new truck. What do you do when you don't have these the luxury of the deals that are available right now? It's not very hard, but it takes a little planning. See, first we got to understand what happens. Right now, it is year end. Every dealership in the country is looking for numbers. Why do these numbers matter? Dealerships, their numbers are what is considered by manufacturer what they're going to get. So if this manufacturer here, or this dealership wants to keep getting all these 2500s and 3500s, then they want to keep getting the 4 rows that they got of Silverados and things like this, they have to put up the numbers. If the numbers start falling short, GM tells them, you know what, you didn't sell as many of these last year, so rather than give you the 10 that you got right here per month in allocation, we're only going to give you 5 per month in allocation. So they lose out, okay? Things happen. Dealerships are expected to perform. When they don't perform, they don't get the kickbacks and the benefits from the manufacturer. It's the way it works. You either do a good job or you get cut back. So the dealerships need to do that. How does a dealership impress a manufacturer? They impress them by sales numbers, okay? They got to do their sales numbers. If the numbers are not there, they start losing some of their options. We are at the end of the year right now. That's why December is one of the best months. It's end of the year. They are trying everything they can to get the last few numbers of these in and get the last vehicle sold. Every sale is a click, a check mark, a punch, something marked down. It's one more notch in their belt. And if they can't get that, then they get in trouble. So they want as many of them gone as they possibly can. Once January 1st hits, it's a whole new year. And they've also just been through the busy, crazy November and December timeframe of selling these things and moving a bunch of them and doing all this. Their inventory numbers are getting down low. They're waiting for resupply. They're tired. Sales guys are exhausted. The dealerships are tired of all of it. They just need a little bit of a break, whether they admit it or not. But they kind of like that January downtime, just a smidge. Plus, most of the 2024 inventory will be about gone, unless you're Ford. Ford and Toyota, actually. Toyota's got more 2024 inventory than I've ever seen. So does Ford. Chevy's got very little. Ram has none, even though the internet makes you think they do. But realistically, the numbers, you know, January is a time when they don't have the new inventory in yet. It's starting to come in, and as it comes in, it's new, and it's going to be new for a whole nother year. So they're not in a hurry to negotiate and do the deals. The incentives are usually not there. There's not that. January is like the light switch going turned off, where come October, the light switch turns on, and it's one of the best times. January 1st, click the light switch, turn it off, give them a break. They go on vacation. Deals are on vacation. Everything kind of slows down. What do? Well, you got to kind of wait it out. Okay, you got to wait it out. So how long do you got to wait for? What do you got to do? Well, it all varies based on inventory and how much is there, and it also varies based on the actual dealership itself and how interested in they are to move cars. Did they sell a ton of them in last year, where they can kind of sit back and ride their haunches and know they're going to do okay and they can be tighter on the deals? Or did they not sell many of them, kind of get their hand slapped by the manufacturer a little bit, told they got to do better or they're going to be in trouble, and then they got to start moving more? There's so many variables to this that we don't know the answer. The only way to know the answer is to start calling and trying to negotiate the prices of your vehicles. Okay, they say July is the worst time to buy a truck. Okay, it's what everybody says. July is one of the worst times to buy it. June and July. Okay, well, those have been when I've got some of the best deals. Again, it's all dealership relevant. So if you think you missed this winter, Christmas, end of the year sales extravaganza and the best deals that were out there, don't fear it. Just know that January is really not the month for it. Wait till February and March get here, and then you're going to get back into it, because it gives these guys a taste. They're going to kind of freak out a little bit when January is a lot slower, and they'll be like, oh man, that's kind of tough. And then what happens is we get income tax returns. Most people in the U.S., they get a pretty significant income tax return with discounts and deals. When that happens and they get some of those deals, what they're going to benefit from here is they're going to use that tax refund to use it towards down payments on a car, towards deals on a car. So they get to take advantage of that whole process. And when they do, it's like a win-win for them, and they get to get it done. So manufacturers and brands know that. So they will offer deals on these vehicles when it comes time for tax returns. That's a good time to buy. And then when that is over and you get into the April area, April timeframe, spring gets here, that's when dealerships start to panic a little bit. First quarter is coming up. That first quarter is going to dictate how good of a sales they had. It's the first quarter. Usually about that time, that's when dealerships are starting to freak out a little bit, going, we got to really pick up the pace here. We need to sell some more. We got to stop being so greedy. Let's incentivize. Let's move them more. Let's advertise. Let's do some pushes so we can get this stuff to sell. Because if we don't, we're going to have a bad year, and all the bad things are going to happen from having a bad year. So they're motivated. So you can see everything happens in waves and stages. It's your job when you're buying to take advantage of those. If you miss this big bubble that just happened at year end, January will not be a good one. Sit it out, ride it out, do some research, play games on your phone, watch cute cat videos on TikTok. Do whatever you got to do to buy the time. Then once February gets here, then you're going to start seeing these deals coming back. Are the deals better in February than December? Nah, I'd say about the same. I don't think that this year-end thing is all that is cracked up to be, because dealers and manufacturers know that people believe it is, and they're going to flock to it like crazy and do everything they can to buy this stuff. So I think they kind of cancel each other out. I have never got my best deals in December. Okay, I've got my best deals at other times of the month that are scary. Just like we said, how dealerships fear or know what they do or don't got to accomplish during the year. They know that in December, yes, they're fearful to try and get as many sales done as they can, but they also already know what all their numbers are for the whole year. So they know that they've either hit their goal or they didn't, but if they hit their goal, they know they don't have to try as hard. They don't have to push as hard to make that happen, so they're not going to deal as much. But in April, first quarter, in July for the second quarter, those are the ones that are kind of game changers, hit or miss. So you can take advantage of those. And look at that, bikes running in, you can't see them behind the truck, but it's nice being in Georgia, seeing bikes running in December. Look at these EVs. But point being here is that there are key times to buy. This December season that everybody is thinking that you may have missed out on and that you're gonna never get a good deal again is false. These deals happen multiple times a year, and really, in my opinion, the only time frame that I would avoid buying any new truck would be the month of January, because it is the only month where none of that stuff matters to these dealerships. They, like I said, for all the reasons I just said, I'm not going to repeat it all, but you just heard it all there. That's why January is a crap month. So, but don't fear the other ones. Just think, start thinking end of first quarter, end of second quarter, and start thinking tax time, tax season, when rebate or refund checks are coming in. Watch those, because that's where you start seeing pretty good numbers, pretty good deals. Any questions, comments you got, put them down below. As always, thanks for watching.